Okay, we are going to today uh, talk about the Sri Lanka Standard Body. We previously talk about this standard division. Now we are going to talk about the whole process and some kind of brief idea of the whole process, business process of the Sri Lanka Standard Institution. Today, uh, we meet former DDG, Mr. Wasantha Meewaddane. Now he's retired, but actually he's now engaged with as a senior lecturer at Sri Lanka Standard Institution. Right, sir. Uh, so, welcome, sir. My dissertation data process.
Yes, Janasakara.
Sir, I'm going to ask about some few questions about the business structure and business structure and some kind of uh, brief workflow details from you. And
Right.
my first question
Yeah.
is, what's your organization purpose? I mean about the Sri Lanka Standard Body.
Yes. The organization name is Sri Lanka Standards Institution.
Yes.
That is the national standards body in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
The main purpose of this organization is to facilitate for quality. I mean, now in any country,
Yeah.
if you improve quality,
Yeah.
there are two basic, I would say, two arms are required.
Yeah.
One arm is rules and regulations,
Yeah.
and the other arm is facilitation.
Yes.
Why rules and regulations are required? Because there may be certain unscrupulous entrepreneurs who may deliberately lower the quality. Then definitely they will. You will have to tackle them by using rules and regulations.
Yes, sir.
But genuine manufacturers or the entrepreneurs also face problems in delivering quality.
Okay.
For them, we should not use rules and regulations, but they need facilitation services.
Yeah.
So there are various organizations which provides facilitation services.
Yeah.
Among those organizations, Sri Lanka Standards Institution, or I will call it in short SLSI.
Yeah.
SLSI provides facilitation through standardization. So, in short, the main purpose of SLSI is to provide facilitation through standardization.
Okay, sir. Right. I think you talk about the organization roles. Facilitation mean I think about the responsibilities. Am I correct?
Now, yes, one major main responsibility is to provide facilitation for quality.
Okay.
So for that purpose, we provide, if I'm remembering correct, at least 13 services are delivered to facilitate for quality. Out of them, one major facilitation service is to provide or formulation of national standards, Sri Lanka standards. We are responsible to formulate Sri Lanka standards, and we have the authority to formulate Sri Lanka standards.
Right, sir. So when we
all the other services are connected to those standards, I mean standardization activities.
okay, sir.
Do you want me to tell few services out of these 13 services?
Yeah, sir. That's much better. So go ahead.
one major service is formulation of Sri Lanka standards. Then we operate a library service through which anybody can obtain these Sri Lanka standards. I mean, people have the access to the library and they can obtain standards.
Yeah.
Then we provide laboratory services.
Yeah.
We have, although I said we have, remember that I retired now and I was working for SLSI
Okay.
about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about the situation at that time.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
But I know that even now those are the services that we provide.
Yeah.
The laboratory services are there. We test products according to the standards.
Actually, you can easily find some information because you are still teaching at or lecturing at SLSI Sri Lanka Standard
Yes.
Institution. Yeah.
Yes. Now directly not attached to SLSI, but still I provide various services to SLSI. Okay. Yeah. Then we provide certification products as well as system certification. National Quality Awards program is delivered. Those are some of the services that provide by SLSI.
Okay, sir. Right. This is the semi-government organization, and
yes.
So therefore, actually, this is the Sri Lanka Standard Institution, and actually, as a government organization, so what are the other partners of the Sri Lanka Standard Body? I mean about government sector.
I didn't hear that question properly.
Actually, who are the state partner of Sri Lanka Standard Body? I mean about
state.
Yeah.
The partner.
Yes, sir.
Now, since we are the national standards body, who is responsible for formulation of Sri Lanka standards, almost all organizations involved. Now, for example, if we formulate a national standard for, say, cement blocks, then definitely the stakeholders, maybe the government stakeholders, are the universities, government universities, then engineering departments. Now the organization related to that particular product. Now, if I give you another example, say, now if we formulate a standard for traffic lights, definitely then we will have to get the involvement of Road Development Authority. Then if we formulate a standard for, say, water pipes or that sort of thing.
So then who are the prominent or dynamic partners of the government deal with the SLSI, like Consumer Affairs Authority, etc., etc.
Yeah. Now, when we formulate standards, all these related, relevant government organizations contributes.
Okay.
Then law enforcing authority, when they want to find out whether a particular product is up to the standard, although they implement the law, they may not have the facilities to check whether the product is up to the standard or not. For example, Consumer Affairs Authority. It is a regulated body, but we provide facilitation service to that authority. Then Sri Lanka Customs. if they want to check whether any import, whether it is up to the standard, then they consult SLSI. So like that, various government bodies seek our assistance to determine the quality of products.
Okay, sir. Right. Good. So can you give me some idea about the general workflow or process of this organization?
I didn't hear that question. It
So I'm
was not
asking.
clear to.
Okay, sir. I'm asking about general workflow or process of the SLSI.
No, that is a variety of. I mean, you can't generalize it because, as I said, we have about 13 services. All these 13 services, the workflow is different. Now, yes, I mean the process of
Generally,
services is different from services to services, service to service.
Yeah. Right, sir. So do you have some? Does Sri Lanka Sri Lanka Standard Body has some strategies to proceed this business structure?
What is your question?
So what are the available strategies and services?
Strategies for what?
I'm asking to actually delightness of the customers and give the sustainable solutions to them, or feedback of the feedback of the customer morale.
Strategies. Yeah. As I told you, our main purpose is to provide facilitation services now.
Yeah.
Then we will have to promote and propagate those things among the industrialists and the community. So for that purpose, we have SLSI has a marketing and promotion division. And they are the people who propagate these services among industrialists and general public.
Okay.
They use various methods. They send various communications through articles, through newspaper advertisements, and radio programs, like things.
My next question is, sometimes actually you don't have not the responsibility of this, but sometimes you have idea about this question. Because you are engaging with, still you are engaging with some activities with the SLSI. So that's why I'm asking this question. What are the future objectives according to your sense?
Objectives of the organization, you mean?
Yeah.
Objectives is, the main objective is to enhance the quality of the products and services of this country. That is the main objective.
Okay, right. So can you explain about the how going on audit process? Sometimes different audit process are available in the SLSI, but generally, can you give that idea?
You must be referring to the audits with regard to the certification.
Certification, yeah, certification.
SLSI gives various kinds of certifications. Once these certifications are granted, SLSI audit those organizations. You are referring to that?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Are you referring?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, okay. Now, SLSI basically give two types of certifications broadly: system certification and product certification.
Okay.
Now, when product certifications are given, SLSI regularly visit those companies and draw samples and test them in SLSI laboratories as well as other laboratories.
Yeah.
And they check the records of those companies, whether they have done the required test in their laboratories, like that, and also the system is also audited by SLSI auditors. That is how generally it is done. Now, if I talk about system certification, it may be quality management system, or it may be environmental management system, or whatever. The management system is audited against the requirements of the relevant standard.
Right. Sir, is SLSI a large laboratory service provider at the moment?
Is SLSI what?
Largest laboratory service provider in Sri Lanka?
I don't think, I have no idea about, I mean, I can't exactly give yes or no, but I don't think there may be some other laboratories which are larger than SLSI lab. I think so. I'm not sure about it.
Right. Actually, sir, now our discourse is going to be end another topic of my dissertation,
Yeah.
System certification. It's about system certification.
Yeah.
Can you define what is the system certification in each ISO 9001, ISO 14001 with following SLSI specified standards?
Yeah, system certification means now any organization has their own management system. What do they manage? They will have to manage quality. They will have to manage the environmental hazards. Then they will have to manage their energy. They will have to manage the occupational health and safety of the people. So like that, various aspects any organization will have to manage. Now, these things are done through one management system. But for the convenience of improving the whole management system, since the management system is very complex, ISO has introduced various standards. Each standard gives one aspect of management. For example, ISO 9001 gives a quality management system requirements. Then ISO 14001 gives environmental management system. So like that, there are various standards, depicts management systems of various aspects. So from now, if I take ISO 9001 quality management system means from the beginning, I mean, from the time that you purchase your raw material up to the end of the product, till the product goes to the customer, various activities are taken place. You will have to manage all these activities. The whole system is called quality management system. So like that, other aspects also the same.
Right. So can you say um, what are the supplies of good manufacturing practice scheme?
What are this?
What are the supplies? Supplies mean actually sometime if you are going to service actually sometime client will bring some items to check. Sometimes you have to give the service, so you have to go to some company's premises. So those are the supplies. Uh,
Yeah, now
premises.
any organization, if you want to deliver quality products,
Yeah.
definitely you must procure quality materials. It may be tangible or intangible. The quality inputs must be taken. So the people who supply, whether it is material or otherwise,
Yeah. Okay.
must be quality.
Right.
So now, if I talk about ISO 9001 very clearly deals with this aspect. When things are procured by organizations, what are the things that they must look for in order to ensure quality inputs?
Right. Okay, sir. My dissertation topic is impact of integrated management system on supply chain. So actually, I'm going to install this IMS integrated management system to the business structure of the Sri Lanka standard body. Um, so actually, so according to the ISO 45001, so health of the occupant. Um, what is the procedure? If there's any procedures under this solution regarding health of the occupant?
Yes, OSHA's 18001 is one standard, but recently ISO also has published occupation health and safety standard. I can't remember the exact number of that, but there are occupation health and safety ISO standard as well as OSHA standard. If you comply with the requirements of that particular standard, automatically the organization establish a good occupational health and safety management system. Simply, what you do is comply with the requirements of the standard. That's all.
Right. Okay. Do you have IMS certification process?
Yes, SLSI. I don't know whether now. Some time ago, when I was there, SLSI did some certifications on information security management system. Yes, but I don't know what is the situation now.
Right. Okay.
You mean security, I believe.
Okay. Right. So what is the testing methodology of the vegetarian certification?
That I don't know. I have no idea about it.
Right. Okay. What are the supplies? So my next question is, what are the supplies received for the very first time, and what are the services for very first time?
Supplies for the
very first time. You got it, sir?
No, what are the supplies? Now your question is, what are the supplies?
What are the supplies received for the very first time? Very first time, and Yeah, very first time. And what are the services for the first time? Sometimes actually they are doing um, very first time in actually sometimes if you have if you want to give the service as a very first time, um, so do you have any procedure to collaborate with this?
Yes, yeah. Now, when you procure,
Yeah,
uh, uh, we should have a specification,
right,
and we will have to ensure whether the supplies are received according to the specification. So that may be done in basically in two ways. One is you yourself can do certain testing to see whether the inputs are up to the standard, or else you can get supplier certification or third-party certification to see whether the inputs are up to the required standard.
right.
So that is how you should do it.
Right. Okay. Finally, I'm asking, sir, um,
Yeah.
what's your point of view to enhance the prevailing functions as a sustainability, or do you see some possible entity and deteriorating factors in this division? I mean, about system certification,
Uh,
enhance the prevailing functions.
yeah, yeah. In order to enhance the functions, uh, I see one problem that we should not give financial targets to those organizations.
Right.
That is one thing. Financial targets should not be given. The
As
quality target should be given.
right, as a achieved target, you mean?
Yeah, finance be given. That is the main thing. And
Why saying like
I
that?
don't know whether the required human resources are there, because I can't comment on that because I am now not in the service.
Okay,
But definitely financial targets should not be given.
right. Okay, sir. Right. Thank you very much, sir, for my.
Because now financial. Just a minute.
Right. Okay,
Now,
sir.
why I said that target should not be given, because when you give financial targets, sometimes I don't say that this has happened right now in the SLSI, but there is a tendency
Yeah.
to lower the quality of your service in order to obtain financial targets, in order to achieve financial targets. Therefore, we should not give financial targets. That is the reason why I say so.
Okay. Right. Okay, sir. Thank you very much for participation with my
Okay,
questionnaire on my
okay,
dissertation.
Mr. Jan.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Good night.